Check it out, guys. I have a 2024 Ford F350 Platinum. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should skip the Lariat and just buy the Platinum. Special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. If you are in the market, Tim is in commercial. He's really knowledgeable of these trucks. He actually owns one pretty similar to this one. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the options and feature on this spec. So here's the description up top here. So this is going to be a long bed, and this truck is iconic silver with the black interior, and here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Now all the options are down below. When you get a Platinum, a lot of things do come standard. So the only options, you have 2 diesel options. This one has the locker out back, gooseneck hitch kit, FX4, which I would always go with that because it gives you the skid plates, downhill assist, things like that. And power running boards do come standard, and because it's a long bed, 12.4, and I will show you guys the payload here in a second. And the only other option I would really care for is the sunroof and the clearance lights. Spray and bed liners there, and this one does have the max recline seats. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $98,175. Now listen, I know a lot of people are going to say this truck is way too expensive, and you might be right, but this truck is pretty decked out. Now, my first reason on why I would skip the Lariat is I have one right here. This one has a black appearance. It is a long bed. Now, this truck does have the ultimate package, spray and bed liner, has fifth wheel prep package. It has these fixed running boards, and it's $91,000. Now this one does have the high output power stroke, but it does not have a twin panel sunroof. It does not have the 2,000 watts of power in the bed. And of course, as you saw, it has fixed running boards. If you're gonna add fixed running boards, the power, the twin panel roof, the ultimate package, and either the sport or black appearance package, you're so close to the price point on the Platinum, and the Platinum is going to give you a lot of nice features that don't come available on that Lariat. So that's why I would say 100% go with the Platinum. For example, you have the projector style headlights. Now, I have not had a chance to test these trucks out because they're all pre-sold and I can't drive them. Well, I probably could, but I just choose not to. But I'm pretty sure these projector style headlights are gonna give you better lighting on the road, and they're high and low beam. They have a better style personally, and they're just more exclusive. You do get painted bumpers standard, so you don't have to opt for the sport appearance or black appearance package. And parking sensors are up front. You have to get the ultimate package to get those. So these are things that you have to consider if you're already going to be over $90,000. Now this one does have the forward facing camera right there. And overall, the styling is really nice. I do like it in iconic silver. I'm not a huge fan of this color, but this color looks great when you see it in person. Now, Platinum is going to come standard with a 20-inch wheel, and they are wrapped in a Bridgestone Dueler AT tire, which is pretty much the same across the board. This is going to be a LT 275/65/20, and here is the capacities: 3,750 pounds, 80 psi. Solid front axle. Hopefully, you guys can see that. And here's some of the badging on the side. It says Platinum right there. A little bit of chrome here. If you want a blackout like that Lariat has, you cannot get that, however, with the Platinum. So I could understand why some people would prefer that. A little bit of chrome on the top of the mirror and on the door handles. Blind spot monitorings right there. More cameras. You have to step way back to get this truck in the frame, but yeah, I think that having the side steps on the bed make this truck look a lot more appealing versus the previous generation. Power deployable running boards are already there. They have some chrome treatment to them too, and I'll show you guys the interior in a second. 48-gallon fuel tank, 7.4 DEF. Here's a better look at those steps. And when you get an F350 diesel, you're going to get 4 lease in the main pack with 1 overload. They do have this wheel liner in here too. And up front, okay, yeah, this is finished in plastic too. I thought that might have been finished in a fabric material, but it's not. FX4 badge right there. That's the first thing I would take off if I got this truck. Now when you get a Platinum too, you do get the full LED tail lights. You get this big trim piece on the rear tailgate. It says Platinum Super Duty. And this one's gonna have the LED license plate lights. So none of this stuff comes available on the Lariat. Parking sensors, class 5 receiving hitches there. And does have the 7 and 4 pin down below. Here's a better look at these tail lights. And when you get a Platinum, you do get the sonar on top of the tailgate standard, and you have a backup camera. This tailgate is also powered, so you cannot get any of this stuff on the Lariat. So that's why I said for the price point you get a lot more. The 2,000 watts of power comes standard. Fifth wheel prep package is still optional on both sides, but yeah, LED lighting. You have the bed camera up top, and putting the tailgate back up is easy. And here's a better look at those steps in the rear and your exhaust tips for the diesel. If you are looking at a Platinum, you can get the 7.3 standard output and high output power stroke, as you see here. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission, which is the 10R140. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. I will admit that the interior for the Lariat is very similar to the Platinum. However, this one does have this caramel stitching and piping, which looks a lot nicer than what you get in the Lariat. Suede right here. The wood trim pieces are a little bit nicer in this truck, but a lot of the same controls that you see in this one are going to be in the Lariat 2. Now these seats are a little bit nicer in my opinion. This one does have the max recline, so that's why this is here. It's kind of like a pillow, or you can use it as like a shoulder support. That's what I normally say, but you do get tilt headrest standard, and that's why I recommend just going to the Platinum, because if you want things like heads-up display, well, that only comes available with that ultimate package. So you had to spend a lot of money to get a lot of the features that already come standard on this truck. So that's my only reason why I tell you guys that. I think that no matter which way you go, I think that, and this is my second point, I think this truck just gives you more for the interior. Now, for 2024, my final point is this. You now have the massage seats that come standard on the Platinum. You cannot get this feature on the Lariat. So both seats, you have the massage for the bottom and the top cushion here, and it works really well too. You have 3 levels for it too, and you have 5 different settings as well. So it's just the extra reason to just skip the Lariat. I know it's more money here, but I just think that if you're going to be spending 90 grand, what's another $8,000? That's just how I look at things. I mean, and again, that Lariat that I showed you didn't have the sunroof and a few other things, so you could actually get this truck a little bit closer in price to a Lariat. So here's just a quick look at the navigation. You do have a split screen right here, shows you the audio and a few other things. Up top, you have a button for the exhaust brake, so you have a dual stage, so you have on and then automatic, and then here are your cameras. Pretty clear, and as I showed you guys earlier, you do have a bed view camera. You can also zoom into this as well, and then here's the 360. This is going to be really helpful for parking the truck, and this is a full digital gauge cluster. A lot of great information. I've done a lot of videos on this in the past. My favorite thing is, and I'm going to always show this to you guys, is your gauges. Like, this is so cool that you have all the temperatures for everything that is important, but it goes a little bit deeper. If you have a diesel, you can see your turbo boost, engine braking, exhaust filter, which is for the DPF, and then DEF level. So I think personally Ford has perfected the heads-up display. I like the amount of information that they give you there. This truck does have a black roof. If you get a Lariat, it would have a gray roof. And yeah, check out your auxiliary switches. All this stuff comes standard. This is why I think the Platinum is just a better buy, like for me, because if I'm gonna buy a truck at 90 grand, I'd rather just, again, spend a little bit more money and you just get a more option truck. You have your wireless charger, some USBs. Love this cover right here too, by the way. And this slides for more cup holders. Inside of here, you have a sliding tray, 2 USBs, Type-Cs, let's go ahead and check out the passenger side, and then we'll move over to the back, and then I'll show you guys the payload. On the passenger side, as I mentioned, you do have the same massage function on the seats, and these are basically like 12-way seats, by the way. Here's some of your storage. Glove box right here. Some of your plugs. And out back, flat floor surface. Here's a handle here to get in. And you have outboard heated seats, 2 more Type-C USBs, more power plugs. They have the most power plugs in the segment. Pretty crazy. Collapsible storage down below. And here's just a better look at that roof. Sliding glass. And let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. So here are the numbers. Front gross axle weight rating is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,230 pounds and 12,400 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And then here is the wheel size, it's 20 by 8. And then all in, 3,943 pounds of payload. So if you deck out a Lariat, it's going to have a pretty similar payload number on the door here. So I think this is a really nice setup here. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you guys the clearance lights up there. Why would you buy a truck like this without clearance lights? Everyone does it here in Utah, seems like. I guess they don't like clearance lights, but I think that this is the way to go personally. I think you get great payload with every Ford Super Duty because of the aluminum beds, and I believe the doors are aluminum as well. And I just think that for the money, with the extra options that you get, you can't go wrong with the Platinum.